Good morning, guys. So it is meal prep Sunday once again. So let me show you what I will be prepping today, and I will show you as much of it as I can as I go through today. Again, today I think I'm going to give myself a little bit longer like I did last week so I can make sure I get things done. And again, I don't have a lot going on today. So I am waiting to get some more meal prep containers in the mail today. I ordered some round ones, and I ordered them Friday night, so our area does have Sunday delivery for Amazon. So, because I have all bowl meals and salads, so I thought round ones would be appropriate, and I am loving the square ones. So, what I'm going to do is just get all this stuff made, and then when my bowls get here, which will probably be early afternoon, I will assemble it all. So if my meal prep video is up a little bit late, that is why. So let me show you what's going on. This will be the last thing I do because this was kind of a last minute addition, and if I don't get it done, no big deal because I can do this in the morning as well. But I do want to have breakfast burritos for breakfast a couple days this week. It just sounds really good. But again, that'll be the last thing I do. Lunches, I am going to be having a chicken Philly cheesesteak bowl, something I just thought of, and I looked on Pinterest, and yes, there's something exists that is a chicken Philly cheesesteak, but I didn't see any bowl recipes, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it. So I need to make that up, and then I'm gonna do a brown rice cauliflower rice mixture instead of just brown rice or just cauliflower rice. I like to mix the two. It kind of bulks it up, but just adds a little bit more flavor. So I need enough for 4 bowls. I'm gonna be doing some ground chicken, taco meat burrito bowls. So I need to make up the ground meat for that. I'm going to try for the first time in my air fryer some roasted corn. So I'm just going to take some frozen corn and try roasting it in the air fryer for my taco bowls. I'm going to make some Pico De Gallo. And yeah, just don't my scratchiness here. So for snacks, I'm going to make up a chicken salad. I'm going to have chicken salad on rice cakes for snacks this week. I'm going to bag up some carrots, make some hummus cups. That's also for snacks. And then I just kind of threw in here, put any salad dressings or salsas in my little containers for my bowls. And then this will be, what I'll be assembling is 2 of the Philly cheesesteak bowls and 2 of the taco bowls, and then I'm going to just do a wonton salad bowl. So that is what is on the plan today, so stay tuned for meal prep. So to always make meal prep a little bit easier, I really do try to do a lot of multitasking. And meaning, so like while I am chopping up vegetables for one thing, I'm going to go ahead and let things that I don't need to really pay attention happen. So like I'm going to go ahead and cook up the ground chicken taco meat because I don't need to, be right on top of it the whole time. So I'm going to go ahead and get that going while I am chopping up the vegetables for the Philly cheesesteak. Now I'm also going to be doing chili cheesesteak sloppy joes for dinner this week. So while I'm chopping up for my lunch recipes, I'm also going to start chopping for my dinner recipes. And all the original recipes for either the cheesesteak sloppy joes or the cheesesteak, what I'm going to do for the cheesesteak bowls, call only for green bell peppers, but I'm not like a huge fan of only green bell peppers. So I want to kind of incorporate some of the sweet bell peppers in there as well. So that's why you will see all of these. I will have all the recipes that I am working off of. They are just kind of inspiration. I always change things up, but I will have them all linked down below as well. Do any of you all watch Worst Cooks in America? Anne Burrell would kill me for these nice knife cuts. They are nowhere near perfect, but I don't care. But I just thought it was funny when I was chopping these. I just thought about that show and realized that, see, she would not like that. So I have all the bell peppers cut for my Philly cheesesteaks for dinner. So I'm going to be doing a beef version and a chicken version for dinner this week. So that's what this stuff's for. I actually meant to save the red bell pepper, one of them, for snacks this week, but I just was in the chopping mode and I completely forgot. So here's the green peppers for the dinner. So those are all done, so that helps with my dinner prep. And then these ones are going to be for my lunch bowls. So I think I had, yeah, there's plenty there for 2 lunch bowls. So there's that. So I'm getting ready to chop up the onions. Oh, my chicken taco meat is all done. As far as the spices, it's just a blend of cayenne pepper, chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of paprika. and some, I think I said onion powder. So that's what that is. So this is done. So I'm going to let it cool. And then while I'm chopping up these onions, I'm going to go ahead and chop up. So this one's for the Philly cheesesteaks, and then I'm going to go ahead and chop this one up for the Pico De Gallo, and then I have some green onion. So while I'm finishing up chopping, I'm just going to go ahead and chop all the vegetables I need to chop for the rest of my meal prep. And I forgot to mention, I started at 7:45 a.m. So I'll let you guys know how long this ended up taking. Okay, so it's 8:15. It's been 30 minutes, so let me show you what I've done. So I showed you I got my taco meat done. So now what I went ahead and did when I was chopping up my vegetables, so I did half of a yellow onion, thinly sliced for my chicken fajita bowls. And then I did diced up some, and this will be for my chili cheesesteak sloppy joes for dinner this week. So I have that done. I went ahead and chopped up my green onions, so I use these for salads and stuff, but I also was going to be using these for chicken salad and for the Pico De Gallo. So what I went ahead and did is, oh, and I cut up my red onion. So this is what I had left over from my red onion. So what I went ahead and did was just started bowls for my chicken salad and my Pico De Gallo. So this really also helps too, as you're going along, just start separating out your ingredients into your different components of your meal prep. So I knew I'd be making chicken salad, and I knew I'd be making Pico De Gallo, so I went ahead and started bowls for those. So I also chopped up my cilantro while I had my vegetable cutting board out. So in here I have red onion, green onion, and cilantro, so just to start my Pico De Gallo. And then in here I have red onion, green onion, and some bell pepper for my chicken salad. The only other thing I normally would put in my chicken salad is celery, but I didn't have any, so that's what I have going on. So I'm just trying to find ways to show you guys how I multitask while doing meal prep. So now when it comes time to making these two things, I already have bowls for them. They're already started. Easy peasy, done. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my cutting board out for my chicken, put all this stuff to the side, and go ahead and get my chicken sliced up for the chicken Philly cheesesteak bowls. Okay, so I just have a thinly sliced chicken breast here. So what I'm going to do is just slice it up. Wrong knife. And then I'm just going to slice it up in just little thin strips, because that's kind of how I picture this. Again, the recipe I found is very vague. I mean, it has all the ingredients and all that, but it doesn't show like pictures of progress or anything like that. It just says thinly sliced chicken. So this is just how I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to cut it up just kind of like pieces like this, kind of like if you were making fajitas. And I'm sorry it's kind of dark. It's, like I said, it's early, but it's kind of overcast today. We're supposed to get some rain. So I'm sorry it's not the best lighting. Anyhow, so I'm going to go ahead and chop this all up. And I don't know how much I'm going to do. This package I have is pretty large, so I'll probably do half of it. So the package I have is, it's like 1.5 pounds. So I think I'll probably, for this, I'll probably do about 6 ounces of chicken for each bowl. But let me get going and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm all done. Okay, so it's all done here. I had this much left over, so I think what I'm going to do is cook this for lunch today. I think what I'm going to do is, so here's something I've never tried before. I have some shake and bake in my pantry. So I think, and you can have 1/8 of a package of shake and bake for 0 or 1 point. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do is take some shake and bake, put it on this, and then throw these in the air fryer and see how those come out. But anyway, so I have this left over. So here's what I came up with. So it says to sprinkle with salt and pepper and garlic powder. So let me grab those and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I really like this onion salt from Trader Joe's. So I'm going to use this instead of salt and pepper, or instead of salt, but I'll use the pepper. And then I have garlic powder here. So it doesn't say how much. That's how vague this recipe is, which I totally like because I change recipes up anyway. So it is totally okay with me. Let me grab my pepper. I just have the rainbow peppercorns from Trader Joe's. Okay, in just a second, I'll mix this all up. I just don't want to have to wash my hands again because I'm going to go ahead and make the sauce while I have you guys on here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make the sauce. So this is where things are going to change a little bit on the recipe. there's certain things I want to change, mainly for points and also for sodium content. So it calls for 1 chicken bouillon cube, which I find are really high in sodium. So I'm going to use some, I have some fat-free, low-sodium chicken broth here. So I'm going to use that. And then it also calls for 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. So to keep the points down, I'm going to go ahead and also I make the Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes a lot, or I used to make them a lot, and I always use the A1 steak sauce. So this is like the Kroger version of A1 steak sauce. You can have a tablespoon of this for 1 smart point. So between the 2 bowls, this will be adding 0 smart points to the recipe. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of this instead of the tablespoon of brown sugar. This adds kind of the same like kind of sweetness and tanginess, and it's really, really good in the sloppy joes. So I think this is going to be amazing in this recipe as well. And then it also calls for a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting this mixed together so it's ready, and then I'll go ahead and mix up the spices and the chicken. As far as the bouillon, I mean, I think it called for a cube because so I don't know, because it doesn't call for any other liquid in this recipe. So now I'm wondering, I'm kind of thinking that maybe the chicken broth might not be good. I think I'll just put just a splash, just enough to just kind of wetten it a little bit. So, I mean, 1 cube of bouillon's not a whole lot. So here's the sauce. I'm going to go ahead and, let's go ahead and mix up this chicken, get the spices all mixed around, and then I'm going to grab my pan, start getting it hot, my skillet. It calls, of course, for oil and butter, but I'm just going to use cooking spray as far as the cooking the chicken. So I'm going to go wash my hands, get my pan out, get it turned on, and get going. It is 8:30, by the way. So what it says to do is to put the chicken, cook it for about 5 minutes till both sides are completely cooked, and then you'll add in your vegetables. So while I'm cooking this, I'm going to tell you about hard-boiled eggs. So I've had a lot of people ask me how I make them. I've heard you can make them in an Instant Pot. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm also the only one that eats them, so I usually only make like 5 a week. But I think on the weeks that we may like have chef salads or Cobb salads for dinner, plus whatever I need for meal prep, I'll try the Instant Pot way. But for now, the way I've always done it is I just take a saucepan and I put cold water in there, add the eggs, bring it to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, I put the lid on it, but leave it sitting there, turn off the burner, but leave it sitting on the burner. And then I set the timer for 10 minutes, take them off of there, and immediately put them into some ice. Or what I do is I drain the water. Again, I don't want to waste bowls. I have to clean extra bowls. So I just drain the water. I add the ice directly to top of the eggs, just put them in the sink, and just add the ice directly into the saucepan, and just let them chill, literally. So at that point, they stop the cooking process, and they come out perfect every time. I never have that like brown ring that you get sometimes if you overcook them. So yep, that's how I make my eggs. So these are getting pretty done. I'm going to go ahead and drain a little bit of this liquid off, I think, before I add the vegetables in. It doesn't say to do that, but for some reason there's quite a bit of liquid here. I don't know. Not sure why, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do that and get ready to add the vegetables in. I just kind of run ahead in the recipe, and I don't think this chicken has to be completely cooked through because you're going to cook it for another 15-20 minutes with everything together. So it says to go ahead and add in the bell peppers, onions, and the sauce mixture. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I did a lot more vegetables than what the recipe called for, but that's what I want my focus to be really, is all these yummy bell peppers. I'm just going to stir this around a little bit before I add the sauce in there. And my eggs are coming to a boil. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pour the sauce mixture on top. And if I feel like it's not saucy enough, I might add a little bit more Worcestershire sauce and chicken broth, but we'll see how it cooks down. So I feel like that's not going to be enough. I may go ahead and add a couple shakes of Worcestershire. And if I have to, I'll add more steak sauce. It would only add, I think, maybe a point to this. And this actually so far is going to be 0 smart points. So really the only thing in these bowls I'll have to charge points for is going to be the brown rice. And other than that, there will be no points. So if I have to add more steak sauce, then I will. Which I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think I'm going to add 1 more tablespoon of steak sauce. This is how you guys are seeing my real life process of how I cook. I just kind of look at things and smell it and kind of just see how it's coming along, and sometimes I just feel like it needs more of something, less of something, but I love the steak sauce, so I'll just put a little bit more. And what does it say to do now? It just says stirring occasionally, adjust heat to medium high when necessary, continue cooking for 15 to 20 minutes until liquid is absorbed and chicken veggies start to caramelize. So it's already on medium high, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and let that cook, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my cauliflower rice out of my garage freezer. I should have done that before meal prep. And the brown rice is also microwave. So I'm going to go ahead and cook those things up and look at my list. It is, oh, I can't see what time it is because my timer's on. Hold on, I'll tell you what time it is. It is 8:45. So it has been exactly an hour at this point where I'm at. So I'm going to do a list check and see where we are at. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make the Pico De Gallo. I don't have a recipe for this, so what I have going on is red onion, green onion, cilantro. I'm going to do some tomatoes, I have some jalapenos, and some garlic, and I'll do some lime. And I'm going to save some of this lime for the rice as well. So I'm just going to put all this together, and then I'm going to add some onion salt and some pepper as well. Okay, so I have everything together. I just need to squeeze the lime in there, but I also want to show you, since last I left you, I have drained and rinsed the black beans for the taco bowls. And then I have my cauliflower brown rice mixture. So I have 3 cups of brown rice, and no, it's not quite 3 cups. It's 3 servings, which is 3/4 of a cup serving. So I will have all the points on the screen. I forgot to do that last week, so I will make sure you have all the points for all the meal bowls. But anyway, so I split it up into 2 equal portions. So 2 of these will be for the taco bowls, and 2 of them will be for the Philly cheesesteak chicken bowls. So to the one for the taco bowls, I'm going to go ahead and add some cilantro and lime in here. Okay, so here is what the meat mixture ended up turning out like. So like I said, I have to wait for my meal prep containers to get in the mail. And so I'm just going to go ahead and leave everything here to assemble bit. So this is all done. And then I have, so this will be the rice cauliflower mixture for these bowls. And the Pico De Gallo is all done for the taco bowls. And then the cilantro, lime, brown rice, cauliflower rice is done for the taco bowls. So I'm going to go ahead and make my chicken salad for my snacks this week. So I'm just going to use some plain non-fat Greek yogurt, some spicy brown mustard, and then in here is some chicken breast that's just chopped up and it's cooked. And then I have some bell pepper, red onion, green onion, and that is it. So I'm just going to mix all that up. As far as how much I use of this, I just do it until it's creamy, and then same with this. And I'll add in some pepper and garlic powder and onion salt. Okay, so here is the chicken salad. So the way I'm going to serve this week from snacks is going to be with crackers or rice cakes. So now I'm going to start getting the corn ready, and then I am actually done until I get my meal prep containers. So it is 9:25, so it's been what, an hour and 45 minutes. So what I'm going to do is going to take some of this corn, and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of cooking spray, add in some onion salt, garlic powder, and pepper, and then I'm going to put it in the air fryer and try to roast it up. So I will show you what it looks like when it is all done. Okay, so here is the corn, and so how I ended up doing this as far as the temperature and the time is I started out at 360 and did it for 8 minutes, and it just was not roasting up. So then I bumped it up to 380 and did an extra, well, I did put 4 minutes, but then I checked it and it was done. So about 3 more minutes. So I would say you could probably start out at 380 and maybe do tried it 6 or 7 minutes, but this is how it turned out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in this bowl. And then I have everything ready for when I'm ready to load up my meal prep containers. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and assemble these. So I'll do the Philly cheesesteak ones first. Let me grab my cheese. Okay, so these bowls come to 5 Smart Points a piece, and that is only for the rice and the cheese. So the rice, it's a brown rice cauliflower mixture, and it comes to 3 points with the amount of brown rice I have in there. And so I'm just gonna put the rice in there. I'll have some of this chicken mixture left over. That. Okay, and then I'm just gonna top it with a slice of cheese. Then when I microwave it, that will melt. So this is this bowl, and let me get the stuff out for the taco bowl, and I'll show you how I'm gonna make that. Okay, and the taco bowls come to 3 Smart Points a piece, and that is only for the rice because everything else is 0. I'm just gonna, this is the cilantro lime rice. And then I have the ground chicken taco meat. And this is the extra lean ground chicken, so it's 0. And then I have some of the roasted corn. Black beans. And then the Pico De Gallo. And then I will top that with some fat-free shredded cheese. So let me grab that. And you can have a 1/4 cup of this fat-free cheese for 0 points. So I'm just gonna put that on top. And there we go, a 3 Smart Point bowl. So I'm gonna put the rest of these all together. And oh, I have the wonton bowl as well. So let me grab this stuff for that one. Okay, so this next thing is going to be an Asian salad with the chicken cilantro wontons on top. So I'm just using this Asian chopped salad kit. So, and I'm not going to use the dressing on this. I use the Newman's Own sesame ginger dressing is what I like to use with this. So I'm just going to fill this bowl with that. Just going to do one of these because I also will be having this for dinner one night this week. And then it comes with these wontons and then some slivered almonds. So you can have 2 tablespoons of these wontons for 1 point, and 1 tablespoon of the almonds is 1 point. But I am just going to do 2 Smart Points. I'm just going to charge 2 Smart Points for the amount that I put on there because it's going to be kind of a mixture of both. And I don't even think there's a full tablespoon of almonds in here. I'm going to add that on top. And then I also have these are the chicken cilantro wontons that I get at Costco, and they, for 10 of them, which is what I have here, it is 3 Smart Points, and I went ahead and just crisped them up in the air fryer while I had it out. So I'm just going to put these on there, then these on there, and this one will be done. Okay, so I am all done, so let me show you what I ended up with. So over here, I just have some green onions to use for throughout the week. These 2 things are for a couple dinner prep for the Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes. And I had a little bit of black beans left, so I can use these for eggs or something in the morning. I have some red onion left. Then I have the hard-boiled eggs. I had this much Pico De Gallo left, so again, I can use this on eggs or for taco night or something like that. Then I had some, this is the chicken salad. So I will be serving this on a rice cake or with crackers for my snacks this week. And here is the wonton salad. So I have that done. And then I ended up having enough corn and rice to do 3 of the taco bowls. So I went ahead and did 3. I don't know if that'll affect the points at all. So I will just have all the points on the screen just to let you know. But it may affect the points as far as the rice goes. So there's all 3 of those. And then I have 2 of the chicken Philly steak bowls here. So these again are 5 Smart Points because I did use the rice for both of these. And then this is what I had left over, so not much. So that was a pretty good amount of chicken that I had. And then I just did have a little bit of the chicken taco meat left over. So And here are my vegetable bags. So the only thing I didn't do were the breakfast burritos, and I did not do put the hummus into little cups. I just decided to wait to do that each morning as I take it. So this is my meal prep. Again, I will have all the recipes linked down below that I mentioned, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.